out in,
But again, back to Denver. Who are they? I think they are.
Yes, travel was not good, but that's a whole nother story.
water flowing in there, and now it's all just scum. It's all hair algae, and it's really bad.
So if I went down the berm towards your house.
I didn't, but I
you'd
know
see
the other
it.
ones.
Oh, yeah, you'd see where the indentation
I
from
just have
what
to
they
let
put the
comms know whenever
bridge
you go.
across. They drove right through that and then made big ruts and then stopped.
The Gratiot County,
All
the
right.
Gratiot County
All right,
Drain
we're ready.
Commissioner is a scandalous.
One moment, so she'll
Sure.
tell me when we're on.
Among others.
Welcome, everyone.
How's your trip? Good?
Good, good.
Have fun?
Travel there and back was not so much fun.
Yeah, I bet not.
Yeah.
I bet you ran into some stuff.
Yes.
So how far,
Brazilian
where'd you go?
Southern,
When my feet touch.
Southern Italy and Philly.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yes.
Croatia.
Good to be back.
Okay, she's ready.
Green
Ready?
people.
Good evening. I am calling to order the meeting of the Meridian Township Park Commission for May 12th. And if you could please either silence or turn off your phones so we can avoid disruptions. That's even worse when it's televised, so thank you for that. And Hannah, we're calling the meeting to order at 4:31. Okay, roll call. Vice Chair Lick?
Here.
Commissioner Stevens?
I'm here.
Commissioner McDonald?
Yes.
Commissioner Phelps?
Here.
Director Wazinski?
Here.
And Administrative Assistant Pachunki. Is that
Here.
correct? I was practicing. And Chair Nardo Ferris is here tonight. Okay, do we have any public comment, Hannah? Anybody turn in any cards? Yeah, all right. So with that, then, we'll move on to agenda item number 4. Does anyone have any changes to recommend to the agenda for tonight? Corrections? Do I have a motion to approve? Second?
I'll take it.
All those in favor say yay.
Yay.
Opposed, no. Okay. With that, the agenda is approved as it's stated. Okay, agenda item number 5, approval of the minutes from the last meeting of April 14th. Are there any changes or corrections needed to the minutes? No, I didn't have any. Hannah, you did a great job on that again. It's very thorough. I really appreciate that.
These are the closed sessions.
Good reminder.
So these
I moved the place on file.
Thank you.
second,
Thank you.
and I'll collect these after the meeting.
Thanks, Hannah. All those in favor to approve the minutes of April 14th, say yes.
Yes.
Those opposed, no. Passes unanimously. Okay, Director Wazinski, do you have communications to put forward tonight?
Yes. In your packet, you have the Meridian Conservation Club, or Corps, calendar for May. So right now, I can tell you, if you look through, it's invasive species removal time. Specifically in Ted Black Woods, there's a significant amount of lesser celandine, which is becoming more and more invasive in the township. So Emma and her team have been working with actually a contractor to help with the invasive removal of that. But she's doing trailside ecology to teach other people about lesser celandine in Ted Black so that people can, know what it looks like and possibly how to get rid of it. So other than that, it looks like we have some invasive mustard too. Oh, and invasive veronica, which I have not heard of.
Yeah, they're all out now, aren't they?
They're all out, they're coming.
Keep 'em out.
It's beautiful. If you
Maybe
don't know
not
what
to
it is. So yes, it is stewardship time, and they've been out every day and doing a great job out there.
Can I suggest something? Can we, actually, it's written in here as club a number of times.
Is it?
So is there a way that we can just look for club and change it to core?
Or, yes,
Yeah, thanks.
we sure can.
It's even on the communication conservation club.
No, that would be me.
And with the loss of MUCC,
Yeah,
you know,
no,
it's
good
like, when I
point.
see that club, I get
Yeah, very good point, thank you.
sad.
Yeah,
Yes.
sad to see history die.
At Harris, we got a few things happening, so a lot of school groups this month, which is always a lot of fun. And then we had a native plant sale, which went really well, pretty comparable to other years. A lot of those are pre-sales, but there was quite a few people when I stopped there last Saturday too. They had their night out in nature. And their edible plants walk, so we missed most of these. And then May 14th, so this week we have chipmunk story time. And we are hoping to, we've been given a new owl. So Eclipse had passed away last year, so it's a one-eyed owl, Eclipse. But we now are getting another one-eyed owl, but it's just going through the process. So we built a new enclosure for it, so it used to be inside, but now it'll be outside with, next to the crow, who is very local. So if you go to the nature center, and if you don't say hi to Onyx, it will shout at you. Very cute.
Is it a barred owl?
Well, I don't know, I think it's a screech owl, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
But Onyx is a crow. So
Onyx.
yeah,
Oh, Onyx is the crow. that
Good
gets
name
out.
for a crow.
yeah, it was shot at you.
Okay,
It's-
we're waiting for the owl still to,
To come, yeah.
okay, yeah.
Where did this owl come from?
So, I mean, I'll have to double check, but, they'll get calls from multiple places, but they had, wherever it's at, they did the surgery and they're just waiting for rehab before they send it to
I
us.
see.
But there's a lot of paperwork, believe it or not, when you're, posting animals, so,
And your bird of prey, yeah.
Yeah.
right. So that is my updates right now for communications.
Okay, we have a motion to approve and place on file.
A motion.
A second.
Second.
All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Opposed, no. Hearing none, no. So put those communications on file, Courtney. Yes, Sienna. Thank you. Okay, Director Wazinski,
So I just realized I didn't-
discussion items.
Yeah, I
Excuse me?
didn't put the survey in here, Chair, sorry about that. But, it was sent to everybody, and asked for feedback. Mary, I got yours. I didn't receive from anybody else, so I'm assuming all was good. And, that it has been, it was released, yes. It has been released and our communications will release this
Okay.
week coming up too.
And that was per the schedule then, so they're right on schedule.
Yes, yep, he's very good at keeping me on schedule, which is why we hired him, right? And we will leave that open all the way through our public comment, our public meetings.
And where can people find it?
It will be on the website, we'll push it out on social media too. And we will make some flyers and put them around too, in parks and in pavilions, with a QR code.
That sounds good.
And so next on Parks and Recreation 5-year plan, public meetings. So we established 3 public meetings, which are required. We'll have the first one on July 9th, 2026, here in Central Park at the pavilion in the parking lot. July 30th, 2026, it'll be at the Harris Nature Center. And I think you have to leave one open. August 13th, 2026, we wanted to go to the north side of the township so we can capture some of, our Hazlet folks and the folks that are up on the north side, so Towner Road Park. At those, of course, all of our commissioners are welcome and encouraged to attend because people will have questions. But I will be there for sure. The consultant will put together charrette boards and input type of boards for the public, and then we can be there to answer questions. Any questions on the public listening sessions or public meetings?
One for the 5-year.
Yeah, for the 5 years.
I'll plan to be there, Courtney, but not July 9th.
Not July
So if any other commissioners, just to have
We'll go to the
representation,
July 9th
we
one.
would appreciate that. Thank you.
Perfect.
Probably not the August one.
Yep.
So it's interesting to hear firsthand, even though things are summarized.
Yeah, it is nice. And then we're all on the same page, of course.
Mary.
Yes. Commissioner McDonald?
Courtney, if you still have a friendly relationship with our grants coordinator, I know they switch them all the time. Does our current one live here in Meridian?
The DNR grant coordinator? Yeah, Riley does
I
live in
mean,
Meridian.
it's just a suggestion, you could do it by phone or email. Would you consider making a, quote, special invite to that person?
Yeah.
Without making a big deal out of it? And I assume we have cookies and hot dogs or something too.
Bribe her with cookie or bribe him with cookies.
Well,
Oh, it's a good plan.
they generally tend to be newer staff, and possibly or probably they might enjoy seeing that part of the process, along with the fact they, again, they live here.
Yeah, no, that's a fantastic idea, Commissioner.
There's no other celebrities I can think of, given how much we ask for in grants, so they're
It's a
celebrities.
really good point. By the way, I know at the Parks and Rec conference, I was looking for a female. I thought Riley was a female all this time.
Oh, that's right, you told me that.
Not. He's not.
And he was previously our deputy clerk here too, for the township. So I knew him way back. Excellent, so that's what's required by the DNR is the public meetings. But we also, the township board has listening sessions throughout the year, so they have 3 this year. So at those listening sessions, I'll also very briefly talk about the 5-year plan too, and remind them about the survey. So that was nice. I got put on the agenda for that. You can see the first one is today. So Manager Dempsey's handling that for us today. But then in July and October, I'll attend both of those listening sessions. So for the public, July 28, 2026, Township Board listening session at Central Park Pavilion, so here in the parking lot. And then October 27th, 2026 at St. Luke's Lutheran Church over off Dobie. No, that one's in Hazlet. Okay, I think that was all I have for discussion.
Thanks for bringing it all back around. I think, not that we've struggled, but I think it's really important that our board, we're all working in the same direction along with our commissions and other boards, so.
Yeah, I agree.
And sometimes that's more difficult to do, so I really appreciate you showing. And then your background on the board, I think is really helpful.
It does help every once in a while.
That it does. So thanks for doing that, Courtney. Okay. Is that it for discussion items?
That's all I have, yeah.
Alrighty. Looks like we have no action items for this evening. And then Courtney, it's back to you for director's report.
Director's report. So, very exciting. We've been talking about this Red Cedar Regatta for months and months and months. So it is this weekend, May 16th at McCormick Park in Williamston. And beginning at 9 a.m., extending through 5 p.m. Beginning at McCormick, we'll have a ribbon cutting because we are now designated as a DNR water trail. So that opens up some opportunities for us for grants, for continued grants. So that was really, really exciting. I want to give a shout out to Tri-County Regional Planning Commission. They helped us with that application because they had worked on it for the middle grant. So she helped a ton on that, so we'll give them a.
Is that Aaron? Sorry.
It'll go to Amanda Hathaway.
Oh, Amanda.
Yeah.
Former MUCC employee.
Was she? Yeah,
I worked there with her.
she has a lot of knowledge. She certainly does.
A lot of good people come out of that program.
Yeah.
All over, yeah. Good to see them.
So the ribbon cutting's open to everyone. I know, Mary, you said you could be there. I've been chosen by the team to be the ribbon cutter, so I will be in a boat with big scissors. It sounds great, doesn't it?
That
That actually sounds really dangerous.
With a bunch of politicians. No, it's going to be a lot of fun. And so currently, we've registered everybody through our registration system in Meridian. So we have 29 that are registered, and I expect more to show up there, and probably this week as it gets a little closer. I know it was a little slow first, it was our first year, but also with all the rain, I think people were wondering, are we going to be able to do it? We've had the tree contractors in the river all last week and this week, so they are made it all the way through from, actually upstream from McCormick Park, all the way to Hagburn Road, so MSU. So it will be ready to go for Saturday. You can paddle the entire route, which starts in McCormick and Williamston and extends all the way to Rotary Park in Lansing, which is 30 miles. Some of our paddlers do that all the time. Or if you want, you can get in and out along the way. So there's maps and there's explanations of where you can get in and out. Our floating dock for Harris Nature Center is being installed on the 15th. So on Friday, just in time for the regatta. So that's really exciting too. So I will post up at Harris Nature Center after the ribbon cutting just to wave people by or if they want to get out. So that's really exciting.
Do you need anybody along the way, like to help do the waving or the getting people by or helping answer any questions or like almost like a docent sort of?
Yeah, so that was kind of the intent of the different stops. I think it'll be McCormick, there's one in Williamstown Township, and then Harris. So there's a couple. You're more than welcome to come and wave. I don't know what to expect too much, but a lot of the registration was based on safety. And we use What 3 Words. I don't know if everybody's heard of What 3 Words. It's an app on your phone that allows if you needed assistance in it, you can hit the app and then it'll give you 3 words. When you call 911, you give them those 3 words and it's an exact location of where you're at. That in addition to, we'll have paddlers that will be going up and down with the team as well. So that's just, it's new for me, so I want to make sure. We've got, our EMT covers Williamstown Township as well. So we've got EMT on alert, we've got the police on alert, and so does Williamston too. So that's very exciting. So May 16th at McCormick Park in Williamston at 9 a.m. Any other questions on that one? Small dog park shelter. So the update is Katie has ordered and secured contracts for the shelter as well as the concrete. So that will be as soon as that comes in. I think it's a 12-week-ish delivery for that. So that's exciting. We did get I was just telling Hannah, I don't have a compliments file, I have a complaints file. But I made a compliments file today because a gentleman came in today and was renewing his dog park tag, but he gave a huge shout out to our maintenance team about the dog park and how well it's maintained and how they add or do anything they need us to do. So so that was great. We sent that to the team out back.
Nice to have that crew recognized. How do you communicate that to the crew?
Yeah, we work through Katie, or if I see Larry or any of them, we'll communicate it, but she loves to tell them, so.
Just curious.
Yeah, so, and like we said, Katie needs to hear it too.
Did you tell our small dog park friends about the shelter?
I did.
Were they happy?
Very, very excited, and, and I mentioned that the commission did not require any donation from them too, so that was helpful. So that's exciting. I don't have a date. As soon as I do, I'll let you all know. So we do a ribbon cutting out there too. Any other questions on dog shelter? Great. Hillbrook.
Okay.
Hillbrook Park and Pine Lake Outlet Drain. So I know Commissioner McDonald is out at Hillbrook quite a bit. So you've seen that the drain commissioner has come through, working through all of Pine Lake Outlet Drain, which is a pretty large drain. And when they contacted me and said, you know, we're going to be doing this drain work. Do you want to meet out on site? Or, you know, so they offered a visit. I asked what, you know, what would be taking place, and they said some tree cutting, some brush removal. I chose not to meet them on site, so now I will, because it is a lot of tree cutting, a lot of brush removal. And when they did it, it piled up, they pile up the spoils onto the adjacent land. And quite honestly, it's their easement. It's not park land, it's the drain commissioner's easement. But it looked very devastating at first without knowing that's what it's going to look like. So I've been working with the drain office to get ahead and understand the process a bit more. They've been fantastic. I met with Carla Close on site to talk about like how we want this to kind of end up, because one of our concerns was we have a wetland there that we do manage, and we've spent a lot of time managing that buffer. So they were wonderful. She said, I met the contractor out there today so I could explain, you know, what we want and what we don't want. Emma Campbell met me out there as well, because it's her team that does all the stewardship on the wetlands. So, you know, so the next step, I know Commissioner McDonald, you said you've been seeing the contractors out there. So he was out there again today. The challenge is all of the rain we had, in addition to it just being not very sunny, that soil is still very, very wet. So he's spreading and kind of getting it to dry out, but it's going to probably take a couple more times. As soon as they dry it out, then they will plant either a rye or a wheatgrass just to help establish that soil in that place. And then they use wetland seeds to seed it with wetland seeds. And we confirmed that they use wild type, which is also who our stewardship uses. So that was very nice. So they've been fantastic to work with. I now know the process better, so I can better inform the public prior to it happening. I don't as of now, we don't have any parks on the schedule. But also wanted to let everybody know this only happens every 25 to 30 years, so that's probably why we haven't seen it. And so it's really necessary for, you know, watershed management. It was a little, you know, shocking at first, but they are working through it, and they're working hard to get it taken care of for us. So,
Courtney, remind me where the Pine Lake Drain is. Like, is it on the south or the?
It runs along the east side of the park.
East side of the park.
Yeah, you know where there's a little bridge that goes over?
Yeah.
That's Pine Lake Drain.
Yeah,
And
okay.
now you'll notice it's a drain
Yeah.
because they pulled out a lot of soil out there.
Yeah.
But it's working well.
Well, yeah, I used to have a wetland on my property,
And now you don't.
no longer.
How interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. The water table has dropped, and it gets rid of water a lot faster. So
Yeah.
it's interesting, yeah, we don't have frogs this year. That's sad. Usually it's so loud that you can't even, you know, but now it's all right.
Yeah.
It'll be back.
Well, and to your point, the wetland that we have out there, it's very, very low.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a
Is the
change.
pipe still intact? Is the pipe, the overflow pipe still intact, or
It
did they
is.
take it out? I saw that they tried to go around it, I just didn't know how much.
Yeah, they left it and there was a tree in front of it, so that's what was backing up that water. So the hydrology is going to change a little, but our stewardship team is going to monitor and make sure. We've got some, I wouldn't call, they're not state listed rare plants, but we've got some plants out there that grow only there, so they're very cautious about those. And the drain commission team was also very thoughtful about that too, so.
Sounds
Yeah,
like,
the last comment I have is they drove through the little creek that they put the bridge over. When they
Oh.
created it, and there's some ruts that they did because they
Okay.
went down inside of it to get to the others, you know, the other side. And that's blocking the water from flowing in that creek. And so now the creek is just algae. It's just all solid algae because it's not moving.
Oh,
So I just wondered if they were gonna come in, or if you talk to them, let them know that they
I-
need to dig out that end where they,
where the culverts are, the two culverts? that
no,
goes-
right next to the bridge, the long bridge.
Oh,
It's the
okay.
one, it's the
Okay.
creek that goes under the bridge that they created, so I was kind of,
Okay.
yeah. I was like, if Pat saw that, he probably wouldn't like that.
Yeah.
Because they created that, and then
Yeah,
the
okay.
contractor drove through and big ruts are there, so it's stopping the water. Eventually, maybe they'll go away, you know, the water will erode it eventually,
wear it
but in
down.
the meantime, it's backing the water up
Yeah.
even higher, so.
Like, why wait for it to do that? when
Yeah, yeah, they can, it's an easy fix.
Yeah, and
It's an
he's
easy
coming
fix.
back, so,
Yeah.
for sure. Okay.
So, Mary?
Go ahead, Commissioner McDonald. Did you have
Mark
other
certainly,
questions?
and you and Rick too, are more expert on the expanse of Hillbrook Park by far than I am, but I noticed whatever the day I sent you, that was the same morning, that the common sense would seem to have justified not having a gigantic dozer go through what you just described as wet land. And there were plenty of ruts in the 500-600 feet I walked. And then one other thing, and it's in a sense neither here nor there, because we can't enforce anything on the drain commissioner other than what you're doing, which is talking. That they now have put like a second level of leveling. And that does seem like something that maybe they had planned on doing that. But also in our Mark and I casual conversation, I didn't see any company name on their trucks.
No?
And I
Don't know if they do.
think that's just an observation, but would be nice, I imagine Katie would agree, or Dan, would be nice to know who's doing this as a contractor. And again, not something we can enforce, but what kind of credentials does company X have?
Yeah. So
And-
that is Wombat Services in,
Wombat?
I do know his credentials because he applied for the Red Cedar River Trail project. So I am comfortable with him, but I understand that might not always be the case. So yeah, I can communicate that to the drain office.
And another ironic, I drove by it today too on my way back from North Lansing, and a little dozer was working right at that time. And maybe it's sort of ironic because that one of the things I noticed was a lot of broken glass. And now that they put a layer of something on it and leveled it off, I guess we don't know if they picked any or all of the broken glass up.
We've been picking stuff up. There's quite a bit of stuff that
There's
we've
a
Did they
lot
get
of
the
stuff.
skateboard from 1979 out?
Yeah, and there's plastic, and so we've been picking it up. The gentleman from the drain office, he goes out there every day to check, and he's been picking it up too. So yeah, there was quite a bit of stuff in there. It's quite a bit of soil if you haven't seen it
It's a lot of
that they
soil.
pulled out.
And I think it's very, however serious level is, email, phone call, letter, I think it's pretty serious what Mark has noticed about backing the water up, and I don't think Katie's unaware of it, but it might be something you would want to put in an email to them
Yeah,
just to make sure it's going to get taken care of.
yeah, yep. I'll go take a look myself, and then
Yeah, it's not that, it's an easy fix. I mean, it'll go away eventually, but the quicker
Yeah.
the better.
Yeah, and if he's out there, why not? I will say that Wombat does have, it's kind of a prototype that they've developed this machine that articulates. So it's a dozer and backhoe, but it articulates up and down the banks, so it's not just rolling.
Sure.
So that helps quite a bit, but that soil was, I mean, I could squeeze water out of the
Oh,
soil
yeah.
because there's so much organic material.
I collect a lot of macroinvertebrates in that area,
No,
so.
that's what,
I was like, oh my God, it's all gone.
That's what
But
Emma
I did
said.
get some dragonflies the other day. So
okay,
which is-
okay.
That's fun.
Yes, that was Emma's worry too, was all the.
Yeah, all the
macros.
macros and stuff like that, yeah. They did put a sign out there. There's a drain commission sign saying, pardon our mess.
Yep.
It's too wet to do it, so we'll be back kind of thing.
Yeah,
And that's
and
where
I
I got
hadn't
the
noticed
drain.
when at Hillbrook and Mark they don't need two signs, they've got one down more towards where Mark is.
There's two.
Yeah, there's one at the other
Yeah.
end too.
Okay.
And that was nice of them to do when I called, and they just went out and did that.
Well, he did, yeah. They were
And then
probably
I
hearing
can
that they
try to
got
get
few
ahead of it
complaints.
next time and make sure we all know what's happening now that I have seen that process.
It makes sense the way you've outlined it. Initially, it's so shocking when you see that, because it's been a number of years since anything's been disrupted, and, yeah.
Is there plans to go on the south side of Hazlet Road?
I'm not sure.
Because they haven't done that yet. And
When I talked to them today, the plan is all of the
whole Pine Lake trail.
Pine Lake outlet, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
Up
they
to-
haven't done
up to
that
the
yet, yeah.
railroad tracks and
Yeah,
beyond where we have at least a couple of members of our citizenry rather than the police. We have a couple of deer hunters that use that area too.
oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so I know that he had, because I asked, is there any other drains on the schedule that I could get, check to see if we have a park that, we want to think about before they do that. And he said Pine Lake is their drain for this year, I think.
It helps them too, because they're going to receive a lot more calls when people see
Oh, yeah,
that. So if you can be out front of it, it can't hurt.
they were grateful for that.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised when our pond was gone. Because I always worry about, there's a lot of water on there, and it stayed, last 2 years, it stayed a really long time. But this year, gone.
Just gone.
And they did it just before the big storm that we had.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wow, that was helpful, because it could have been really high.
It's doing its job, isn't it? It's doing its job. So yes, it will, by the end of the summer, it should look pretty good. We should have some, it will take, as I learned this today, the grass will take very quickly, and it'll hold that soil, but the other plants, the wetland plants, would need a frost, so it won't be until next season that they actually germinate, so. So just, yeah, stay tuned, bear with us. Any other questions on Pine Lake? Okay, outlet drain. Upcoming events, so things are getting busy, it's getting exciting. So I printed out the playbook. I want to make sure all the commissioners get the playbook, which is, it's an online newsletter. Does everybody?
I think I do, but I haven't seen it.
I'll send the link to you to sign up, just so you do have it. They do our communications department does it, and they do a really good job.
I'm not sure I get it or not, I get so much
Wait, is that?
junk,
did you send
but
it in the mail?
this would not be junk.
No, that's
Maybe-
the once a year,
Maybe you
We got
could,
that.
Prime Meridian.
Yeah, that, we got that.
maybe you could have Hannah put all her emails in there unless one of us, I wouldn't object to
To,
subscribing, if you will, in case I didn't get it.
yeah, I'll send you the link, because you'll have to do it from your
Okay,
email.
that's fine
Yep,
too.
Yep, I'll send you the link. And just in case, and you could put another email in there. So in the playbook, so we talk about the 5-year plan, we talk about the regatta. Summer concert series will be starting in June, so before we know it, we'll have Wednesday concerts. So Mike has all of June lined up, so that's
Do
exciting.
you know if the weather will be warmer by
I was
then?
gonna say, it's a good thing they didn't start in July, because,
Oh, that was
I mean,
a
in
joke.
May, because it's so
Wasn't a
cold.
I'm afraid it will
You're
be.
from Michigan, you know how to dress. You never take those mittens out of your pocket.
It'll be nice, because you'll have, the mosquitoes are getting bad, so you'll have clothes on to help you from the
go.
mosquitoes. It does get very warm out there, and so we are actually thinking about some sort of shade structure
I
at
think that's a
the,
great idea,
it gets really warm, so.
especially in July. Yeah.
So, yeah, Tom, we've been talking about that quite a bit.
Our bodies can't handle it.
For a little bit, but it seems to beam down, and it's on all the concrete.
Yep.
There's lots of nice coverage under the shelter, but
Right.
when the vendors are there, then they're not really happy when everybody's sitting
Oh, there, yeah.
amongst their booths, but
Yeah, but you're just trying to find a little piece of shade.
Right.
Harris Nature Center is doing a Motivated by Nature Run Walk. So this is the Harris Nature Center Foundation, partners with Playmakers, so it's a fundraiser. They're not know if it's specific to this fundraiser, but most of their fundraisers are being put towards the new hawk nest at the nature center. So I think Katie told me that the nest, the whole structure costs $190,000, and I think they just hit about $100,000. So they're getting close.
Either way.
They are such an awesome group, and they were so
The
cute to see
foundation.
at Culver's for their fundraiser and doing their spiel, and it's so impressive. No,
Yeah.
They are awesome.
They write grants all the time.
Yeah.
They're very active,
Right.
very, very active. We talked about some of those. I just want to make sure I don't forget what's coming up.
Looks like, I'm looking at the old one, Courtney, it looks like all the athletics have started.
Yes, so, yes, thank you. We have soccer, t-ball, baseball, softball, all starting. Soccer's almost over and t-ball and baseball are starting. But I think we had upwards of 800 kiddos in soccer alone. So that's just spring soccer. We have fall soccer too. So that's always nice to see. And then now that the coaches and all the kiddos are coming in for the t-ball and baseball, softball. I just looked at some numbers, and we're for youth sports, we're pretty steady from our last 5 years. So that made me happy. Our adult sports are kind of like dropping off a little bit, so we're going to work on that at a departmental level. Pickleball is doing great, but adult softball, adult volleyball. So we're going to think about is there something else that people want to be doing?
How does, if somebody is a single person for softball, they don't have their own team, how does that work? I had a couple people that called, they never got a call back because they needed to be placed on a team
For adult softball?
for adult softball.
Yeah, as I understand it, and I can't speak too much to it because we haven't had a league in a while.
Oh, okay.
That you do create your own team. But I could bet that Mike would help somebody find a
I
team.
would think so.
If they've got a call
I
back.
was gonna say, I bet that is the main issue. Like, there's probably a
I was
lot of
wondering.
people that are interested
Yeah.
in doing it
Yeah.
and think it's more like youth sports where you just sign up and you get assigned a team.
Yeah.
But if they
Mm-hmm.
have to create their team, like, if Brad, my husband, wanted to do softball, I'm
Right.
like, I'm not doing that. Like,
And if they're
come
new
on.
to the area, they're
Yeah.
actually looking to get to know, but
Yeah.
they're not gonna have a team.
That's
Right.
a great,
So, but
that's
it's really a good way for them to, because I have, the one is, it's actually my son-in-law, but he actually played in high school and college, and he would love to, he needs to get back out there, sorry, Nick. But, to get that, and they're new
Yeah.
to the area, so it's like, they wouldn't have a group, so.
But to be
they need to
assigned.
be embedded, yes,
Yeah.
exactly, and I have to believe you're right, Emily, that there's probably others like that.
Yeah.
Whether they're shy or not, I don't know, but, not everybody.
has 12 friends that play softball.
Oh, right, yeah.
Right, they just.
That don't have kids that participate in all the sports.
Yeah.
Just wanting to try something
Yeah.
for the first
Yeah.
time. You
Yeah.
don't want the investment of like having to organize a whole team
Right, or they
too.
don't know people when they
Yeah.
come into here.
Like,
Yeah.
it's a way to make friends, too.
Right.
Yes,
for a lot of
exactly.
people.
And
Yeah.
Okemos is a community where people who are going to teach at MSU and might not know
Yeah.
anybody they'd move to.
Very
Yeah.
Yeah, it's transient, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
So it might be another pitch, because I think there's some interest out there, but
I agree.
challenging to pull it together maybe.
Yeah.
That's a really good point. So that is our sports right now, soccer, t-ball, baseball, softball.
Where do we do
Oh, and
the,
sporties for shorties.
where do we do the sand volleyball? Because the only one I see is at Lake Lansing South, that's not
Oh.
ours, though, right?
That's not ours. We have one at North Meridian,
Okay,
right next to the pavilion, like, if you're heading north, so on the
Okay.
west side of the parking lot.
sure,
Oh, yeah.
And then Nancy Moore.
okay.
So, yeah, and then we alternate those. They're really great sand. It's sand's from Lake Michigan, and it's really, really nice, yeah. I wouldn't say it's soft when you fall, but but it's very nice to play in.
It's not from Siesta Key.
No, no, it's glacial, but,
Yeah.
but they are very nice, and they're both next to pavilions, and they also have bathrooms, so that makes it easier to. Yes. Pride. Oh, before our next meeting, okay. Meridian Pride, so we've been working hard for Meridian, planning Meridian Pride, which is June 6th, correct? June 6th, at Marketplace on the Green. And we're doing things a little different. We're not doing a beer garden. We're actually having our farmers market vendors stay and sell cider and wine. So Boss Cider will be
fun.
there. I've had a lot of engagement from our market vendors and local restaurants, and where they really want to be more involved in mainly Pride and Celebrate. So it's been great because they're local already. They're already part of our market. So Pride, I think last year we had just under 1,000. So it's small enough to where one vendor can do that. Celebrate, that's a different story.
Yeah. That is such a nice, gentle, fun, I don't know if others have gone, but just a really nice group of people that come together and people are it's a very happy, very colorful.
It is.
It's a
Always
little
wanted
bit
to
different than
go.
some of the others, yeah.
It's always on a day I can't, like this year it's on my baby shower. Like I've always wanted to go and it always is on something like where I'm
It
gone.
goes till 10. I know you're probably up late.
Yeah.
And last year, when they had the entertainment, is when I went with a friend, probably at the puppy along, but it was cold and windy
It was windy, I remember
and
that.
miserable, so probably there would have been a much bigger crowd than there was just because of the weather.
Yeah, it's a committed group, so very
True.
supportive, right? So a lot of the vendors, so we're careful to make sure we know when Lansing Pride is and Detroit Pride, because a lot of the vendors go to all the Pride events. And it's a very close-knit group. There's some you have to separate, but so we're getting more and more interest, and people will contact me in January. When's next Pride? What's next Pride? So I think we have we'll probably end up with upwards of 40 to 50 vendors there. So that's growing, which then brings in more people.
Yeah.
But for those who haven't been there, what I love, there's a lot of kids. So we have a lot of kids activities too. So that makes it nice. We're kind of known as the family-friendly Pride in the region.
sure.
So it's super cool.
Yeah.
We're not going to have a drag show this year. We will have music and entertainment. We will have, we're going to do sidewalk chalk, and then Capital Area District Library will be there again. So there'll be plenty of things to do. We'll have a couple food trucks there, so it'll be a lot of fun.
Sounds fun.
And then farmer's market, just reminding that it is outdoors again. It was also very cold, but I did go the last 2 weeks, and it's growing. We don't have enough room under the pavilion for all the vendors now, so we're now moving kind of to the sides of the pavilion. So that might be something that we as a commission talk about in the future if we want to expand. I'll tell you, everybody wants to be a Meridian farmers market, so it's great. And both Tom Carey and Miles are just fantastic at managing the market. But the advisory board is also very active. And so they're very careful, and they have a very strict system on who can be a part of the Meridian Farmers Market. And not, of course, it all has to be Michigan local products, but also they're very careful to not have oversaturate particular type, like let's say lemonade. So they're very careful.
You know, it's
You have to
such a nice,
saturate lemonade, because
I mean,
it's too sour to drink.
that just came up because there was
but it's a nice scale too.
yeah,
So if it got, I don't know how I feel if it got a whole lot bigger, I guess.
it's kind of my instinct
Something we'll
too.
talk about later, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
This
Commissioner
actually, it's making me think of something. So we have these televised meetings. We don't do them all the time. But I was wondering, when we do, if we could plan in advance to have some of these groups that we work with, like you just mentioned, presentations, like the advisory board. Like, I hate this, but I probably wouldn't know who is on the advisory board. I'm not sure many of us would. I'm just going to speak for myself though, and say I wouldn't know them. I would love for them to come and introduce themselves and do like a presentation on the farmers market and talk about those things. We will typically we'll maybe get one person that comes, but it'd be nice to have like a group of them that come and do a presentation. I know we had a presentation on the gleaning,
Yeah, that was really
and that was really neat. And I think that the community loves to hear about those types of things. So when we're doing these televised meetings, I think that would be really helpful. Same thing with like Historical Village, Nokomis, like, you know, just the different groups that we work with. And even if it's, you know, they're doing it once every 2 years, just getting kind of like a rolling
Yeah,
standard
I love that.
presentation would be really good.
Mary's brought that up too. I think that's a great
No,
idea.
that would be a good one, because that would highlight it for the community. I know if commissioners are interested, that kickoff meeting they have every year is really interesting too, to see everybody there, but they wouldn't get the publicity that a televised meeting is. Yeah, great idea.
Yeah, no, love that. So that is my updates for director's report, unless there's questions on something maybe I missed.
Commissioners, any questions for Director Brzezinski? Okay. All right, with that, we'll move on to public comment. Any? No, I'm missing Richard tonight.
I know.
I'm hoping he's not at the
He has
service
been
center.
such a- Yeah, he's been great.
Oh, they didn't meet, so
Pardon me?
They didn't meet.
they didn't meet,
He
so.
feels like an honorary member.
I know.
I know.
I wish we could have 6.
He's got great contributions, so. Okay, Richard, we miss you. Okay, we'll move on to other matters and commissioners' comments and liaison reports. Commissioner Phelps?
So I met with Director Cordell from the Historical Village and their board president. And we just talked about kind of what they're going through, what they're looking at, all of that. So they did mention that they've been keeping in close contact with you, Courtney, and talking to you a lot. They said they were appreciative that they were included on the 5-year plan survey, although they recognized that they were only one question of it. They also were really curious about our 5-year plan and how they would be included in that.
For the Parks and Rec or for them?
Our Parks and Rec.
Parks,
5-year plan.
okay, for the
For
whole.
the historical village. They
Yeah.
were wondering how the historical
curious.
village might be incorporated in the 5-year plan. I told them that, you know, we will be talking about that after we kind of do the surveys and things like that, but that I highly recommended that they write you, or come to one of our meetings and, you know, present what they're kind of hoping for in public comment.
Yeah.
And to maybe like have something written that we could like react to or something. So they were going to talk about that in their next meeting and then send something over, I believe. But there's a lot of good things happening, I think. They talked about they're building their own kind of strategic plan. And, you know, their main focal point is membership. They're trying to increase their membership. They lost some key members within the last few years. And they have a lot of wonderful ideas. They just don't have the people to execute on them. So that is kind of what they're doing right now. One of the exciting things, they got a grant, and they're digitizing their art, everything they have. So I may go help because it's like my idea of a good time to take pictures of old things. But they're looking for volunteers to just go in on like a Saturday and literally take pictures of every single thing that's in the barn, and just you have like a list and you check it off, or if it's not there, then you're like, this is missing. So yeah, it was a good meeting. I think they're really headed in a good direction, and they seem like they're starting to recognize what they have in terms of a venue for weddings and stuff too, and
That would be
mobilizing on
nice.
that. Yeah.
There's so much there.
There is.
Just like a lot of volunteer groups as they age out, you know, it doesn't take
Yes.
much to all of a sudden have a chunk of their group missing, and I know they're
Right.
struggling with that. Just tangent to that, the Meridian Garden Club is opening the gardens Monday, so that's when they open everything up, so that's always nice in addition to the historic buildings that are there. So thank you for facilitating that
Yeah, I also-
discussion between the groups.
Remembering more things. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to talk forever. There was a school trip there, and I haven't seen one since I was there, like in 2nd grade, and it was so cute. They were there like all week, and there are groups of them like doing laundry by hand, and some of them like running buckets to
All
get
week,
water and
huh?
stuff. Yes, I know. I was like, this is the cutest thing. She said like some schools do immersive history week.
Okay.
Yeah. Not Annie's, but the big nature lesson, big history lesson was there. And I fished with the kids on Friday.
Oh,
It was Raulia's 2nd grade,
Okay.
and all the 2nd graders go.
The kids look like they
Oh,
loved
they had
it.
blast.
It's
yeah, they had
fun.
blast.
Do you dress up different for that when it's history, or I'm just curious?
On a wig.
I'm gonna pass you. Yep.
Yeah. That's it. I'm done now.
Cool.
That's so funny.
Commissioner Phelps. Commissioner Lock, comments or reports?
No, I'm really excited for the Red Cedar Regatta and to get the shelter and the small dog park. I think that that's really great. And then just to publicly apologize to my fellow commissioners about missing the last 2 meetings. So
It's a busy year for you.
it was a busy year. I have a senior graduating, thank goodness. And then we've had 3 orthopedic surgeries in our family since October. 1 wrist, 1 shoulder, and all children. And then 1 femur fracture in a skiing accident. So it's just been a lot. But we're making our way through. It's just, so I feel terrible that I missed the last 2 meetings and just wanted to go on record to apologize for that. But I'm here and grateful to be here and grateful for the patience and grace of my fellow commissioners and our chair and Courtney. So I appreciate it.
We're glad to have you here. I know you keep thinking after this year.
I know I keep saying that. I feel
I
like
got news for you.
I know. I know.
Guys, I'm not sure
So-
after 17 it really quits.
No, I don't think it's going to. I mean, my parents were like, when you're 18, we're done. And I was like, okay. And I felt like that was the case, but as my kids turn 18, I feel like I'm just in some ways getting started.
It's different.
Yeah, I'm not changing diapers anymore, but I'm doing other things that feel just as hard.
So hang on, don't let go.
Yeah, right. So, but.
Don't
no,
get that hammock out yet.
Right, exactly.
So, okay, from my standpoint, I know the board's going into listening sessions and we'll be anxious to kind of hear what they are doing with that. And I don't necessarily have anything else addition to what we've talked about today. So Commissioner McDonald?
I guess I'd like to just offer for the record how much many of us have enjoyed working with Leroy Harvey, who's now retired, and Leroy is having some very serious health issues. And I think if it were in the minutes, Leroy or his son or daughter would probably read it. But nothing but the best for one of the nicest guys in the world. I know him from pickleball more than from his job, but my next door neighbor's church had one of the small township grants, and he was disappointed that he couldn't be there for the dedication. And I think Tim Dempsey pinch hit for him, or one of the other officials. So that's it.
Thanks, Mike.
I know his son. I've known his son for a while.
So they're both. Larry said both his son and daughter are here right now.
Are they? Okay.
Yep.
I'll reach out to Solomon.
And I know at least one lives up north.
He does. Yeah, he lives in the UP.
And I'll talk to you after the meeting.
Yep. Okay. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Mike. Commissioner Stevens?
I've been having fun at the pond, catching a lot of fish, which is great. If you guys are
With your wig?
like fishing, it's with my wig. Yeah.
I don't know.
I've done some pre-service teachers, which are great. They're doing environmental studies, local teachers that will be taking jobs here as a student intern, a teacher intern. We had like 20 people there the other day, and then we had 2nd graders and then 4th graders as well. So the pond is hot right now, large bluegill. So the maintenance that we've been doing, the managing and the types of fish that we've been putting in, it's going well. Yeah.
Good.
I don't want that word to get out too much, but it's okay.
And please know I put in the work orders for you.
Oh, you did. Thank you. Yeah. Appreciate that.
Thank you. Okay, with that then, we will move into closed session, and I think, do I need a motion on that?
I moved to go into closed session.
Second? All those in favor, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no?
I think we
have to do
have
that
to
to read it?
read this motion.
Okay. I've had 2 of these in a row. You think I'd have this down, but not so much
I just
yet.
crammed them all together.
I think we have to
Oh, we
change
have
that
to read this one?
Park,
Park Commission rather than
Just
township.
good.
Oh,
yes, right, good point. That's what I was gonna bring up.
She will, as soon as we motion to go in,
Okay.
she's ready.
Okay, Commissioner Stevens, you want someone to read the resolution? Commissioner Stevens, please.
Motion for the Meridian Township Park Commission to enter into closed session, Section 8, 1E, of the Open Meetings Act to consult with the township attorney regarding trial settlement strategy in connection with the ordinance enforcement litigation involving 5837 Carlton Street, now pending in Ingham County District Court, namely case number 25M93588 dash ON, because an open meeting would have a detrimental financial effect on the litigating or settlement position of the township. I guess we would have to read that one, yeah.
I think that's part of the law, as well as it's very well written. Not that I understand every word of it either.
Because our attorneys wrote it.
I think it's part of the law.
I second.
Oh, I already
Okay.
seconded.
Oh, you're, sorry.
Yeah,
And you need a roll call.
roll call.
Pardon me, yes, by name. That's the only part I remember. Commissioner Stevens?
Yes.
Commissioner McDonald?
Yes.
Commissioner Lick?
Yes.
Commissioner Phelps?
Yes.
Commissioner Ferris is yes.
All right, so we'll wait one moment.
Okay.
They look for it, that's what's.
Oh, okay. So just for our next meeting of this commission will be June 9th at 4:30 in the senior center and, or excuse me, in the service center.
Hey,
Senior center, that's what that is.
that's controversial too.
And Mark,
Yeah, I moved to adjourn.
okay.
Second.
All right. Then with that, we will adjourn. Thank